Hey there, Stampers. This is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. And I'm here to share a fun card using this Heartfelt bundle from the January to June mini catalog. Okay, so we are going to use this stamp set, which is a cute little, it's intended for Valentine's Day, but I think you can use it for a lot more as well. And then these two punches. So this comes as a bundle and you can save 10%. You get this gorgeous scalloped edge punch and then just a regular heart punch. Okay, so that's some of what we're going to use. The other thing that we're going to use is one of my favorite products from that mini catalog is the detailed heart die. Okay, so we are going to do a version of this card. So I created this with the intention of using it for a swap. And I still haven't decided if I'm going to use it as a swap card or not at the point of filming this video. But I wanted to make one slight change to see which one I preferred. So instead of cutting this die from Fleur de Flamingo like the sample uses, we're going to cut it from white. And I'm going to try a tone on tone. So a white, the hearts in white on a white card base and just see if it softens it a little bit. This isn't quite the look that I wanted to achieve with this card. So we're going to experiment. So I'm going to pull in my Big Shot and I've got a piece of Whisper white cardstock. This just measures 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to stick my die on there and pass it through. Okay, let's move this out of the way. And we'll peel this off. And all of these little hearts, you want to keep all of those because you create some great shaker cards with that little heart, all that heart confetti. So you want to keep those. I'll pick those all out later. Let's just pop this out carefully so I don't tear it. I guess I could have used my die brush if I had kept it in the die. Probably would have saved a bit of time, but that's okay. Okay, I think I've got most of it. All right, so that is garbage. And then we just want to poke the rest of these dies out. These will be great for little confetti on different projects because you can always add a heart to a project, right? Whether it's a 3D project, a scrapbook page, or a card. My friend Kathy, she calls this shrapnel, all the little bits that are left over. Okay. A few more left here. All right, so let's just slide those off to the side here. Okay, so now I've got my white card base and grab my bone folder, make this nice and crisp. Let's move this. I think it's adjusted a little and I always hate it when it's crooked. Okay, so now we are going to add just a little bit of adhesive on here. You can use your fine tip glue. You can also use Tombow and a sponge. There's lots of different ways that you can add this just for the sake of making things quick here. I'm just adding a dot of Tombow to each one of these solid ones. I may go back and add a bit more afterwards. And stick this down. I love Tombow because it will allow me to reposition it until I'm happy. Okay, so now I'll just apply a little bit of pressure where those solid hearts are. So you can see that there's some little bits that were sticking up here. So I might go back and add some adhesive afterwards to those, but I know that this section right here is going to get covered over anyways. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've got a scrap piece of Whisper white cardstock and some real red ink. And I am using this gorgeous scalloped heart from the Heartfelt stamp set. And I'm just going to ink it up. Because this is a more solid image, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath just to make sure I get a nice impression. Okay, so I've got that. I think my red ink needs to be refilled. All right, and now I'm going to use, now the scallop punch does punch this out perfectly. So it lines up with each one of those scallops and you can punch it out. But I'm going to use the solid heart and line it up so that it takes a bit here. So I'm trying to center or position the dotted heart image in the center of that heart. Okay, so I'll punch that out. And then I'm going to take the scallop heart and punch it out of real red cardstock. And then layer these two. I love my Tombow glue. It does help to not get it too close to the edges though. That will help prevent it seeping out and then getting sticky. Okay, and then this is gonna go on here, and I'm just gonna put it on flat, just because we're adding quite a few layers on here, and I don't want it to cost anything extra when I pop it in the mail. So I'm gonna add that scallop heart right on there. Okay, and then I've got a 1/2 inch strip of Whisper White cardstock here, and I'm going to take one of the greetings from the Heartfelt stamp set and stamp it right on here. Love photopolymer. There we go. So this says being friends is better than eating candy, but let's do that too. So we're gonna put that on the outside. I'm just going to attach it to a piece of sparkle glimmer paper. And I'm just going to add a bit of Fast Fuse to the bottom of this. And I'm going to offset it just a little bit. So it's gonna hang over a little bit on the right hand side. And then extend a little bit past. So this piece measures, the glimmer paper measures 3 inches and the white measures 2 3/4, and they're both 1/2 inch wide. And then this piece is gonna go right over top of this. And I'm going to use a dimensional just on either end. And then I'll just put a little bit of this flat, just Tombow in the center. And this is gonna go right in the center. Did I peel off the backing on those? I did not. That would help. Oh. Okay. So then that's gonna go on here like that. Just like that. And then I've got a piece of, this is a piece of the Real Red double stitched satin ribbon that I believe is also part of this suite that is in the mini catalog. And I've just cut a piece, I don't know, maybe 4 inches, maybe 3 inches, wrapped a piece of white baker's twine around it, and I'm going to just adhere it right here. So I need to grab some mini glue dots for that. So I'm just gonna add a couple mini glue dots because I really wanna make sure that it sticks nicely. And add that on there like that. That seems just a bit long. I'm gonna trim that off a little bit. Grab my ribbon scissors. Give that a little trim there. I'm happier with that, the length of that. Okay, and then on the inside, let's just add a tiny bit blue right here. Okay, so then we're going to open it up, and I am going to stamp this little dashed heart or dotted heart right in the center with real red ink. And then I'm going to use another greeting from this set that says, "So lucky to have a friend like you." And I'm going to use Memento Black and stamp that in the center of the heart. Super cute card. Okay, so I'd love to hear which card you guys prefer. Do you prefer the white on white, or do you prefer the Flirty Flamingo on white? Comment below and let me know which one you prefer. I'd love to hear what your guys' choice is. I think I prefer the white on white, but I love a lot of white. I love clean and simple, and for me, this is it. So I think this is what I'm gonna end up doing for my swap. All right, so thanks so much for watching. If you are in Canada and you have any supplies that you would like to purchase, feel free to visit my website at stampedtreasures.com. I will include a full supply list in the description of this video below, and feel free to click those clickable links, and that will take you to my online store. All right, thanks so much for watching.